MiniMax M3 plus Hermes agent is crazy. This combo feels unreal. What if the smartest AI model out right now isn't the one everyone keeps talking about? And what if you could run it yourself today, right on your own computer? There's a new model called MiniMax M3, and there's an open agent called Hermes that gives it hands. Together, they do stuff that feels kind of unreal. Stick around because most people have no clue this combo even exists. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie. I help people learn AI tools and actually put them to work, not just sit there and watch cool demos. Today I'm going to show you what MiniMax M3 and the Hermes agent can do when you put them together. I'll walk you through the setup step by step. I'll show you the one trick that makes it run way faster. And near the end, I'll show you the cloud version that needs almost zero setup. So watch all the way through because the best part comes later. Let me start with the model itself, MiniMax M3. It came out on June 1st, 2026, and it's a big deal for a few reasons. First is open. MiniMax said they're releasing the open weights, so anyone can grab the model and run it. That alone makes a lot of people pay attention. Second, it has a 1 million token memory window. I know that sounds like nerd talk, so here's what it really means. The model can hold a huge amount of stuff in its head at once. Massive document, a whole project, tons of notes. It doesn't forget the start by the time it gets to the end. That's rare. Third is what they call natively multimodal. Plain English, it understands text, images, and even video. It wasn't bolted on later. It was built that way from the ground up. And it's fast. MiniMax built a new system inside it called sparse attention. You don't need to know how it works. You just need to know the result. It does more with way less power, so it runs quicker and lighter than older models its size. Now here's the part that made me sit up. On the hard coding test called SWE-Bench Pro, M3 scored around 59%. That beat GPT 5.5 and Gemini 3.1 Pro, and it gets close to Claude. On a web research test called BrowseComp, it actually scored higher than Claude. And in one demo, MiniMax let it run on its own for almost 12 hours. It made 18 saves to a coding project and built 23 charts by itself. That's the kind of thing that used to need a whole team. Okay, so that's the brain. But here's the thing about a brain. Brain alone can't do anything. It can think, but it can't click, type, search, or save a file. It needs a body. That's where Hermes comes in. Hermes is an open agent built by a group called Knows Research. Think of it like this. It's the brain and Hermes is the body. The model thinks. Hermes goes out and does. It can run commands on your computer, can search the web, can save files, and it remembers what you did last time, even after you close it and come back days later. Also learns. When Hermes finishes a task, it can turn what it just did into a little skill and save it. So next time it's faster because it already knows the steps. Comes with over 40 built-in tools, and you can talk to it right in your terminal or even through Telegram, Discord, Slack, or WhatsApp. So you've got a top-tier brain and a body that can act. Put them together, and you've got something special. Here's the first thing I did with it. I used this combo to plan out a whole content series to bring more people into the AI Profit Boardroom. Handed Hermes a list of topics AI Profit Boardroom members keep asking about, and because M3 can hold all of it in its memory at once, it drafted hooks, short scripts, and captions in one go. That's exactly the kind of content that pulls the right people into the AI Profit Boardroom. Now let me show you how to actually set this up, because it's easier than you think. Step 1. Install Hermes. There's a single line you paste into your terminal. It's a curl command from the Noose research page, and it does almost everything for you. The installer checks your system and sets things up on its own. If you're on a Mac or Linux, you just paste and go. If you're on Windows, you'll first turn on something called WSL2. You type WSL-install restart and then run the same line inside that window. Simple. Step 2. You need a way to run the model. You've got two paths here. Path 1 is local. This is where a tool called Ollama comes in. Ollama lets you run open models right on your own machine with one command. It's great for privacy and for testing because nothing leaves your computer. When you set it up, Hermes points to a local address on your machine and uses that. One small but important tip, set the memory window to at least 64,000. If you leave it too small, Hermes fills up fast and starts forgetting steps and repeating itself. 64,000 is the floor. More is better for long jobs. Path 2 is to connect straight to MiniMax and use M3. Inside Hermes, you just type Hermes model. That opens a little menu. You pick MiniMax from the list. You paste in your key from your MiniMax plan. Then you pick MiniMax M3 as the model. That's it. Now Hermes is running on the M3 brain. Type Hermes and you're talking to your agent. Now, I'll be straight with you. The first time you do this, something usually trips you up. And that's exactly why I built the help I'm about to mention. Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, I've got step-by-step walkthroughs for this exact MiniMax M3 and Hermes setup. We do live coaching calls where you can share your screen, show me your terminal, and we fix the snag together in real time. There's a roadmap that takes you from zero to a working agent. And there's a stack of ready-to-use prompts built for this combo, so you're not staring at a blank screen, wondering what to type. If you're trying this setup, the AI Profit Boardroom was built for the exact spot you're standing in right now. Okay, back to the good stuff. Let me show you what this thing actually does once it's running. Big deal is that Hermes doesn't just answer one question and stop. Works in steps. You give it a goal and it breaks it down, does each part, checks itself and keeps going. So instead of you doing 10 little clicks yourself, you give one instruction and it handles the whole chain, start to finish on its own. Can also run on a schedule. Hermes has a built-in timer, so you can tell it to do a job every morning and it just does it. You don't have to be there. Now here's the speed trick I teased at the start, because this is where people mess up. Don't fill the whole memory window just because you can. 1,000,000 tokens sounds amazing, but stuffing it full of junk actually makes the model slower and less focused. There's even a name for it, context rot. So cap your working window at a sane size and turn on auto compact. That tells Hermes to summarize old turns instead of just dropping them. You keep the important stuff and ditch the clutter. That one change keeps it fast even on long jobs. This is exactly what I do inside the AI Profit Boardroom to keep things moving. I'll set Hermes on a research task, let it pull together what people are asking about, and have it draft a clean summary I can turn into a lesson for AI Profit Boardroom members. Big memory means it holds the whole picture, so the summary actually makes sense instead of feeling chopped up. That's hours of work done while I'm doing something else. Now here's the part I teased at the start, the cloud version. If all that terminal stuff sounds like too much, there's an option called Max Hermes. MiniMax launched it as a cloud assistant that packages Hermes for you. No servers to run, no keys to wire up. It just works in the cloud around the clock. And it has that same self-improving trick. After it finishes a hard task, it pulls out the steps as a reusable skill and saves them for next time. It can even split a big job into smaller pieces and run them side by side. So if you want the power without the setup, that's your door in. I've used the cloud version like this for the AI Profit Boardroom. I'll hand it a big planning task, like mapping out how new AI Profit Boardroom members get welcomed in their first week, and it sorts the steps, drafts the messages, and lines up the resources. New AI Profit Boardroom members land inside and instantly know what to do next, without me touching every little piece by hand. So that's the whole picture. M3 is the brain. Hermes is the body. Together they think, act, remember, and get better over time. And you can run it on your own machine, or grab the cloud version if you want it simple. All right, 2 quick things before you go. If you want the full process, the SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. In the comments and the description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 75,000 members who are crushing it with AI. And if you're about to go try this MiniMax M3 and Hermes setup yourself, here's the honest truth. You're going to hit the install errors, the context window settings, the WSL2 stuff, and the first few tasks that don't go the way you planned. That's where the AI Profit Boardroom helps you move fast. You get the walkthroughs for this exact combo, live coaching calls to unstick your setup, a clear roadmap to your first working agent, and the prompts that get real results instead of guesswork. Skip the frustration and get it running right the first time. Come join us at iprofitboardroom.com.